Hey everybody, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. In my search to find scanners that can do module cycling, reset airbag lights, things on the newer BMWs like resetting the batteries after those get replaced, going in and looking deeper into the car has brought me to Launch. These guys right here claim to be able to do all the things that have been missing from my scanners in the past. We did CG Solid. We have a blue driver that I use quite often. I can't remember, I think the other one is just like a Harbor Freight one. And those are really good if you're just trying to do live data and standard codes. They're inexpensive. It's nice to just be able to see that surface level of your car, but I want to dig a little bit deeper. These newer BMWs scare me because there's a lot of things that people are like, oh, we'll just take it to the dealership. Well, this costs as much as taking it to the dealership to get one thing scanned, and they didn't even fix anything. They'll pull it into their bay, and $200 later they'll tell you, oh, there's a problem. Okay, well, I already knew there was a problem. Just spend a couple $100s to figure that out. So I've said this in the past, and I continue to say it, the only way to own a lot of these BMWs that are out of warranty is to learn how to do it yourself. So today, that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna be unboxing this and we're gonna be trying it out. Before we do that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, like if you enjoy this type of content. Also make sure to check us out on Instagram, Tenza_motorsports, where we do giveaways. We're doing an E46 M3 steering wheel giveaway. I'm really excited to get that done. This car right here is a 2014 F30. This is the 320. It's the 4-cylinder turbo. And we put a subwoofer in it, and unfortunately, we unplugged the seat and it threw a fit. So now it's throwing an airbag code saying that basically you need to go see your service center and get that taken care of, which I thought was kind of crazy because we took the battery off, installed the stereo system, unplugged the seat, and then we plugged everything, put everything back together and put the battery back on at the very end, and it still knew we took the seat off, which I don't know how it knows that, but whatever. I'm really hoping that this can take care of it today. If this can take care of that, just that one project, just having an airbag light and avoiding having to go to your dealership would basically pay off a scanner like this. As always, everything we look at today will be linked in the description below. I'm really excited to get this unboxed. So let's go over to our workbench. We're gonna get this unboxed and get it set up, and then we'll get it in the car and hopefully get a few dash lights taken care of. All right, so first thing, this is the Creator Elite. This is the version 2.0. It's got OBD2. It's got its own like app center, I guess, graphing report, diagnostics trouble codes, diagnostic feedback, upgrades, and it is multilingual. Opening it up, you can see it is a nice, clean system. I believe this runs some sort of Android, which is why you have these controls here on the bottom. We've got our OBD2 cable. This runs from the car to the scan tool. The scanner itself actually has got a bit of weight to it. I'm happy about that because I don't like things that are super light. A lot of people want things to be lightweight and thin, and I prefer to have things have a little bit more weight behind them. It just makes me feel a little bit better. Not sure, just personal preference, but it feels good in the hands. And then we'll turn this on and get it set up. So when you first start it up, we're gonna go to select system language. And then you'll go to your time zone. And then we are going to go to the internet. The only reason that we are doing this at this point is because there are updates on the system. You'll configure your workshop information. There's a user agreement, and then the job menu appears. So now that we've got this set up, let's go get it in the car and see what it can do. All right, so we are in the car, and please ignore the hand holding. It's really frustrating to record videos while you're sitting in the driver's seat and working on a car. But we're gonna start it up. And you can see here that I have a driver restraint system malfunction. And you press OK on that. I also have the brake system. Now the brake system is an actual legit fault. I'm pretty sure we got snow packed up underneath one of the wheel wells and pulled a brake sensor wire out. I haven't quite figured that out yet, but it's got brand new brakes on it, so I'm not super worried about that right now. And then if you go over here to the dash, you can see it still says driver restraint, and you can see the airbag light. So today the goal is to get rid of those. If we can get rid of those, that would be absolutely fantastic. Okay, so right now we are going through a firmware update, and then supposedly it'll scan the VIN automatically All right, so we got our VIN here, and we're gonna start the vehicle system detection. Okay, look at all those faults. Now, most of these will not come up when you just scan it with a, you know, a standard device. All right. I'm gonna play with this real quick, and I'm gonna come back and show everybody what's going on. This is my first time hooking it up to the car, so obviously it's gonna take a little bit of tinkering. This is gonna be a lot easier than doing the IMPA system that a lot of BMW owners use. If you're not doing like crazy stuff, so like our race cars are all tuned by Revmatch and stuff like that, if you're not that tech savvy or you're not having another tuner do things, then this is definitely the way to go. All right, so I've been doing some playing around, and what you'll end up doing is you'll get a report, and when you see this report, you can go through it and you can actually see what's wrong. So we're gonna go here to the anti-lock braking system, ABS, and you can see here that it actually tells you that it's my rear brake pads. I am really sorry if the camera, let me see here. It's really difficult to record in a dark car with a bright screen. You can see here it's the rear sensor, so that's nice to know that. And then I've already cleared the codes once, and the way you do that is you'll just go back one, and you'll get back to this screen here, and you'll press clear code. So some of these other things that are still on here, I'll have to look up and see what else is going on. And then when you come over here to the center screen of the car, you can see the brake system. We talked about that. Windshield washer fluid low. Left brake lamp malfunction. Now, if you look up here, top left, you see how it says 11.5 volts? That's actually showing me the voltage of the battery. Whenever the battery on this car gets kind of low, that code comes up, but there's nothing actually wrong with the brake lamps. As you can see here, there is no seat belt malfunction anymore because I just pressed clear codes. It clears everything once you do that. You can start hearing the car. You'll actually hear relays and modules making noise out in the engine bay. It's pretty cool stuff. So yeah, that's pretty simple right there. I am gonna go to a couple other places on this scanner and play around, and then I'll show you what I find. All right, I'm gonna show just a few more things. So something I just learned how to do. All right, so I just found something really cool. I'm gonna show you how to do a battery change on this car. So basically what ends up happening is that the batteries, as the battery goes bad, the alternator will actually charge it more. And this isn't based on what the battery's doing. I think it's based on like a linear scale. Okay, it's the battery's this old, I need to add this much extra charging to it. Tell the car that you've got a new battery because it thinks that there's this 8-year-old battery in the car. When you put a new one in, and it'll overcharge it and it'll break it. Just this one task here will actually pay for this entire scanner here. So went into 3 Series F30 coding program. It's gonna get the VIN, and I'll show you because I just barely found it, and then I was like, well, I should probably turn the camera back on. So lots of cool stuff. Okay, so we'll go here to retrofit. Next, battery change. And so you'd make sure you've got the right battery, and then you'd press yes. I am not going to do that because I do not have a new battery to change out, and then that would obviously make a giant mess. So as you can see here, I'm down to 11.3 volts. I think between having the car on the on position and having the scanner run, it's probably chewing through the battery life pretty fast. The battery in this car is original, so I think it's coming up to 10 years old, which is pretty crazy. Let's see here. Manually select special function. Let's see what special functions do. So it actually turned off the ignition. I have no idea what we're doing here. I don't know. Drive, chassis, body. I don't know. Body. Initialize power window regulators. Seat standardization. Seat initialize. Block and enable remote key. Guys, I really don't know much about like this kind of stuff. When it comes to all of the race car building and things like that, this is what I know least about. Initialize power window regulators. Let's play with that. I don't know what any of this is doing, but oh. So we just rolled down the window. You can see my hand is not on the switch. Sorry, it is so dark in here. And it is running. So I believe that's like if your Windows like having an issue with sitting in the right spot. This is cool stuff. Just the two things that we did tonight paid this thing off like 2 or 3 times. If you have BMW, look at your car. It can cost as much as a scanner is. This is a killer deal. And I've just been like so unbelievably happy with the way everything's going right now. It's got a fantastic screen, great UI. Like, go to here to settings, all sorts of cool stuff. You can go metric, imperial. You can change the brightness of this. You can turn that down, turn it up. You can go sleep. You want it to go to 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. I mean, just the coolest stuff. Screen capture. Oh, I didn't mention that. You can actually screen capture. So if there's something on here you want to keep, you can hit that. So easily used. Very fast, very sharp, very responsive, and I couldn't be happier. This price point is unbeatable. If you want to do this kind of stuff with some of the bigger brand name scanners, you can be spending a couple $1,000s without even thinking twice about it. I've got a Snap-on one that I use at work, and it was $8,000, and it's the user interface isn't as easy as this. So it's just, this is a killer deal. If you work on BMWs a lot, if you have more than one, like where we've got 3, 4 of them, it's definitely worth it. Thanks again so much for watching. Any comments or questions, leave them down in the comment section below. I really appreciate y'all watching all the way to the end. I'm probably going to do more videos on this because, like I said, I just barely scratched the surface. There's more to this than what we've played with tonight. So thanks again. We'll see everybody in the next video.
Bam!